guys, it's me, Terri of the Yarnjoy podcast. Welcome back to Movie and Stitch. This is a collaboration that several of us are doing where we are going through the alphabet, watching a movie that starts with each letter of the alphabet. We're going to go through this year doing that. We do it every 2 weeks. And then we make videos saying what movie we've watched, kind of description about the movie or how we liked it, some type of review, and then also we will talk about and show what we or crocheted or knitted on while we're watching the movie. Some people are making projects that are related to the movie that we watch. Some people are just working on projects, whips that they need to be working on. Some people are doing things for charity, so it's just a variety of different things. So each video is titled with the hashtag movie and stitch. If you look below at the title of this video, you can see hashtag movie and stitch should be highlighted in blue, and that you can just click on that and you can follow along of all the other YouTubers that are making videos that are taking part in this collaboration. You should be able to see a listing of all of them there. Okay, so I just watched my letter C movie, and so I'm here to talk about what movie I watched, and then I will show you what I worked on, and then I will announce my movie that I'm going to watch that starts with the letter D. Okay, so the movie that I watched starting with the letter C was Clash of the Titans. Okay, now this, I know there's 2 versions of this, and so I watched the original, I think it's the original version that was it was made in it was filmed in 1979, I think, but it was released in 1981. Okay, and so a little background about that. I went on to the website imdb.com, and I got some trivia and some information about the movie. So let me read a description that somebody wrote about this movie, okay? Perseus, which was played by Harry Hamlin, is the favored son of the god Zeus, and Zeus was played by Sir Laurence Olivier. But he is unwittingly ticked off the sea goddess Thetis, I think I'm saying it right, and that was played by Dame Maggie Smith, and of course we all know her from Downton Abbey. Okay, so it says that Perseus unwittingly ticked off the sea goddess Thetis. Just to make things worse, Perseus falls in love with the lovely princess Andromeda, and that was played by Judy Bowker. I think she was a relatively new actress at that time. Well, Harry Hamlin, this might have been one of his first roles as well. Anyway, so Perseus falls in love with Princess Andromeda, who used to be engaged to Thetis's son, Calibos, which was played by Neil McCarthy. Soon Perseus is off on one quest after another, with Zeus helping, because Zeus is his father. Thetis hindered... So Zeus is helping, Thetis is hindering, and lots of innocent bystanders getting stabbed, drowned, and squished. Okay, so I thought that was kind of a funny description of this movie. Anyway, it is based on mythical gods, goddesses, and creatures. I did watch this movie when it came out. I was a teenager, and I really enjoyed it. There's quite a few scenes. Now, this movie is rated PG, and I would say that it is not for children, okay? Just because there's some scenes that have lots of uncovered skin in them, if you get my meaning. And it's funny because I'm thinking maybe the original didn't have those scenes in it, because I remember seeing it when I was a kid or teenager, and I definitely don't remember all the scenes in there with all the skin. So I don't know, maybe they re-released it with stuff that they had taken out. I'm not sure, but anyway, so not for children. But I enjoyed it. There's lots of cool like special effects, I think, with all the different mythical creatures that are in it, like Medusa is in it, and a Kraken, and Poseidon, which I always thought of him as King Neptune, but this is the other name for him, and Aphrodite, different gods and goddesses that we remember reading in Greek mythology about. Anyway, I really enjoyed it. I love the special effects, and there's a little character in there, another little trivia. Well, let me tell you a little bit about who else starred in it. Okay, so it starred Harry Hamlin, Sir Laurence Olivier, Maggie Smith, Ursula Andress, and Burgess Meredith, and of course there's lots more people in it, but that's just to name a few. What was interesting is I thought that there was some actors that was considered for the role of Perseus before they gave it to Harry Hamlin, and three of those actors that they mentioned that were in the running for it, or was considered, was Richard Chamberlain, Michael York. Now those two, maybe I could see them in, I don't know about, I could see Richard Chamberlain in the part. Arnold Schwarzenegger. Now that one, I don't know. I think they made a comment saying that they first was looking at Arnold Schwarzenegger because they were thinking that if this was a person that was supposed to be half mortal and half immortal, since his father was Zeus, that it would be somebody kind of like Hercules, where it would be all buff and muscles and all that. And then they decided, no, that they were going to go a different direction, and they cast Harry Hamlin in the part. Not to say that Harry Hamlin was puny, but he wasn't quite as built up as Arnold Schwarzenegger. Of course, the next year, Arnold Schwarzenegger made his breakthrough movie career, or whatever, that took when his career took off, when he played Conan the Barbarian. Of course, that was another C movie. I could have watched that one too. I think I saw it on something, but I'd seen that one before too. Anyway, another little piece of trivia is there's an owl in there, and well, there's an owl, and then there's an owl that is robotic that one of the gods made. I won't tell you why. That'd be spoiling it. But anyway, that mechanical owl, okay, the reason that they said the reason that they kind of put that in the movie, because this movie came out right around when the Star Wars were coming out, within the same kind of year span of the Star Wars craze, and so they wanted to kind of compete with like the robot type stuff like R2-D2, and so they put this mechanical owl in the movie. And I remember when I was a kid, I loved that little owl. I always thought, oh, I want that little owl. And anyway, I enjoyed it. Okay, so I've been working on a scrappy rectangle, a scrappy granny stripe blanket or lap blanket, okay? And the way I'm doing it is I used a neutral color, which I'm using a charcoal gray. I guess that's neutral. And that is dividing the rows that represent each movie that I'm watching, okay? So I'm picking out 4 colors that represent each movie that I'm watching, and writing it in a little notebook I have, so that way I'll have a kind of legend, so I'll remember, oh, this was this movie. And so anyway, I'm picking 4 colors that represent each movie, and so with each color I'm doing a stripe of granny stitch. Okay, and then I'm separating the sections of the movies by the charcoal gray again. So here's my progress on it so far. Okay, so they're down at the bottom. Let me hold this. Okay, this part right here, that was my A movie. Okay, that was African Queen. And then this section right here, this middle section, that was my B movie, which was the Black Stallion that I just watched 2 weeks ago. And then here is my section that I did for Clash of the Titans. Okay, so this bottom row right there is I don't know if you can see it, it's really the lighting. See that? It's a red. Yeah, you can see it. That red is for the cloak that Perseus wears. Well, part of the time he wears that. Yeah, and like all the soldiers and stuff wear that red cloak, like they're like Roman soldiers, but they're not Roman. But anyway, get the meaning. Okay, and then this off-white right there, it has to do with Perseus's tunic that he wears. He wears a lot of white or off-white type color, okay? And then the pink right there has to do, that represents Andromeda's dress that she's wearing. She wears pink in a lot of the parts of the movie, okay? And then that gold color right there, of course, is for the golden owl, the Bubo is his name, and is the mechanical owl that's in there that was a favorite of mine, okay? So that is my project so far. So it's growing, and it's pretty long. Let's see, it's about my wingspan, you know. So it's going to be a nice lap gan. Okay, so I've caught up with the ends too. I am weaving the ends in, except for this one. That was my very last row there. But besides that, I'm trying to keep up with the ends. And then what I'm going to be doing probably is, because I started out with this charcoal gray at the bottom, so when I get it finished, then I will do the sides with the charcoal gray also, to try to kind of even them up, because I'm looking and they look kind of wonky already. So I'm hoping that will straighten them up. So anyway, that is my blanket so far. Okay, and that was my C movie. Now, to announce the D movie, I was trying to think, what could I watch? And I thought, well, I could watch, you know, I had 3 or 4 that I was thinking about watching, and then I thought, well, I couldn't decide. I was having a hard time deciding, but I was looking through some DVDs that I have in a case that I haven't watched in a long time. And so I decided to pick out a movie out of there. That's where I got Clash of the Titans. I happen to have it on DVD. You may be able to find it on streaming. I didn't find it anywhere that was for free for streaming, but occasionally it'll pop up different places. But anyway, I happen to have it on DVD. Okay, so this one is one of my DVDs, and you might be able to find it because I do occasionally see it on Netflix and different places. Don't know if it's available right now or not, but anyway, my D movie that I'm going to be watching is called Drumline, okay? So this is a movie, I don't know when it came out. I'll let you know all about that when I do the review of it, but I have, like I said, I have it on DVD, and I really enjoy it because it reminds me quite a bit of my high school years. Okay, I think this is actually some college students that they're talking about in this movie, but it reminds me of my high school years. So you'll have to come back in 2 weeks, and I will let you know why. And then I'll talk more about the movie. But anyway, that's what I'm going to be watching, is Drumline. And so I will be back in 2 weeks to let you know what colors I picked out and show you my progress when I add that to this blanket and what the colors represent. And I will do a little review on the movie, and then I will announce my E movie. So anyway, guys, I'm going to go, and I think, well, just mention it in here, if you also watch my videos where I'm doing the Whip Wall Wednesday videos. I didn't get to do one last week because we have power outages because of the snow that we got here in Texas. And so we had quite a bit of power outages. I was not able to do the Wednesday video. I think I had mentioned at the end of the week that I would do a double feature today and do Whip Wall Wednesday and the Movie and Stitch, but that's just not going to happen. So, because I was thinking, well, I could do it, but then I thought, well, then it'll kind of get me off, because what I'm doing is I'm alternating Wednesdays, Movie and Stitch, and then Whip Wall Wednesday. So if I did both of them today, then I'd have to do another Whip Wall Wednesday next week to get back on schedule. So I think what I'm going to just do is just wait, do Whip Wall Wednesday next Wednesday, okay? Then it'll be alternating again like it's supposed to be. So I think that's what I'm going to do. But tune in tomorrow, and I will be doing the next episode of Yarnjoy podcast, and I will let you, I'll show you what I have been working on besides this. So come back for that. I hope to see you here tomorrow, and for that. And like I said, Whipwall Wednesday will get back on track next Wednesday, and then Movie and Stitch will be 2 weeks from today. Okay, so I'm going to go, guys. Hope you have a great rest of the week, and we'll see you tomorrow for Yarnjoy podcast. Talk to you later, guys. Bye.